Go, Spencer, but stay there. We're actually streaming from a different room because our air conditioning, we have two sides to our chess club. There's two sides to every chess club. And the other side, the air conditioning broke. And this side, it did not break. What's funny is when we opened the chess club 4.5 years ago, they put a new air conditioning unit for the whole side. And that's the one that's broke. And this one's older than God, and it still works. So,
hey, it's NJ Crispy.
Yeah. Now, the reason Spencer is here is we had a weekend tournament at our chess center that had 50 players in 3 sections, and Spencer was victorious.
Yay.
So he's getting back to 2,200.
Go
He won a
Spencer.
lot of cash. He's got his new car. He's he's stacking paper to the ceiling. He's riding on 24-inch chrome, as far as I know. So
Go me.
yeah. So we're going to look at some World Cup today. There wasn't a lot, and there wasn't a lot that was interesting. And then we'll look at in the middle. We'll look at Spencer's game that he thought was his best, or I don't know. Is it round 4?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Hey, it's Shane Willis. I know some of these people.
So,
And Felix.
CL Smith 15 was playing in our weekend tournament. He lost the first game, won his next 3, and if he won the last round, he's clear first in the under 1800. And the game went all the way to the end where they both had no time, and they ended up with king versus king.
Wow.
I
didn't
think
know this.
at different points in the game, they were both winning. I think he's playing Yasha Sakari. I think they're both winning at different points. But at one point, CL Smith had 10 minutes and Yasha's had 13 seconds. But there's a 5-second delay. So
Hey,
anyway,
it's Kangaroo, how's it going?
yeah. So Yasha's got clear first, 225. Man.
That's good for him. Yashis is pretty good.
Yeah.
I've seen him play. He's no joke. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's in the under section, but
Yeah. And the under 1400 Scholastic player, when he's 16, he's taller than everybody. But he was happy because he got some money.
Yeah.
He won 165 for winning the under 1400, and that was more prize money than second place in the Open. I mean,
Wow.
if clear second.
What?
Yeah, right. But it wasn't a
second?
clear second.
Right.
Yeah. Karen looks kind of different today. That is
Thanks,
correct.
Shane. My hair does
We have
look
to
pretty
refresh.
baller.
Thanks for the 1 cent. That's the biggest, something.
No, we're in a different room. The walls weren't repainted.
Right. Yeah. As I said, the air conditioning doesn't work on this side, so we moved the stream over here. Yeah. Etc. All right. We have 247 watchers. In 12 minutes, we'll be on Chess TV, so we'll have more, and so forth. Mainly and so forth. Now, remember, the more you donate, the more you learn. Now, the reason I'm showing this position is I didn't do commentary today, but I could have, but I was sick and sleeping. So they got Hess. That actually worked out for everybody because Hess is better than me. And I actually was watching from my home on like my phone or my TV, and Anand said, yeah, this is a draw. The best white can hope for is rook and 4 versus rook and 3, which will be a draw. And then that all happened. So he knew the queen's side would get traded and they'd trade rooks. I knew that too, except I didn't say it. Also, I wasn't doing commentary. Dankel's gifting a sub, etc.
Thanks, Dankel.
Yeah. 250, farty party. So at this moment in time, Spencer, what do you think Shanklin's chances are of winning the World Cup? What percent?
So how many people are in it? I don't know.
16, and he drew the first game with Svidler, with black.
I guess, between maybe 5%.
All right, I would say
so.
between 0 and 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 250.
Oh, hey, he said 5 also.
Yeah, I thought you saw that.
No.
She stole his answer.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I think, it is some chance. I mean, he's very well prepared, and it's 2-game matches, or whatever it is.
Yeah, but Karjakin, MVL, Grisha, Carlson, god damn.
Yeah, but they can take each other out, too.
Yeah, they better.
It's possible.
They better. Migtara subscribed at tier 1. Good. And we have a train. Always a good choice. Man, I'm bigger than Spencer.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm taller because I'm on a taller chair. So that makes me taller. But also, I weigh more. Shane Wills, he's the slow and steady wins the race.
Would love to watch Anand on your stream someday.
That would be good, yeah. Yeah.
You should also get like Biden on the stream.
Right, I can't get Anand because I have a list of people who are coming on the stream, and I can't get Anand. Carlson's coming on first,
Right.
then Kasparov, and then Biden, then Harris,
Right.
and then Boris Johnson, and I mean Anand just has to wait.
Bob Dylan's getting on here.
Yeah.
Just thinking of famous people.
Right, I know. And Elton John's coming on. Yeah, that's right. All right, any plans for hot tub stream with Ginger GM? There's lots of plans for that, except for one thing. All right. Man, if you spell Jesus like that, I guess it is hard to use. Okay, so in this position, Fedoseev, I mean, I'd rather have white here, but black draws with accurate play. So he put his rook on the open file, attacking the B pawn, rook C2, rook D4. Yay, thanks, David, RV00. Now, it's not exciting, but they got to positions where the engine liked white quite a bit. They thought white was getting an advantage. See, now, obviously, I'm taking white here because white has a 0% losing chance. And even though the engine says it's all zeros, black has to play well to draw. And that's why he played rook a3. Rook a4, rook a3 was to trade all the pawns, a non-style. These pawns for these pawns, trade rooks, and draw. Although I can't do it, but... Okay, he's trying not to trade pawns, Fedoseev, and then eventually he would like to win these pawns, and then he'll be winning. But trying is the first step to failure. So he's trying not to trade the pawns. But, yeah, then he had to trade the pawns. He's trying not to. It's funny, in this position, the engine was liking white a little bit, but it actually wanted to take this and then trade rooks and go here. What? That doesn't make any sense. The engine crazy. Okay, and eventually they had to do that anyway. He's trying to get his pawns active. And they traded and got to the rook and 4 versus rook and 3. And the engine likes white quite a bit because white's up a pawn. But even positions where like the pawn is here, are drawn, although black would prefer to play h5 to stop g4, but g4 is illegal with no g-pawn. So that doesn't seem to be necessary. So I think the doubled pawns make it much harder for white to win in this 4 against 3. h5. He's trying to get the 3-1 here, like if you take. Then we have 3-1 on the h pawn's not dangerous, so black ignores it. And black's trying to come in here. The engine doesn't like king g2. It wants to try to win, just pushing these pawns. The problem is, if you try to win right away, the game's going to end in a draw. But if you do nothing forever, the guy might blunder and you'll win. So he's trying to make the game last as long as possible, giving black the most chances for an error. And black literally doesn't care. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to lose this position. Never play f3. Yeah, and black just decided to do nothing. Now, this move is very dangerous. And I'm not saying it's good or it's bad. I'm saying I wouldn't play it. The engine actually doesn't like it. But one of white's main ideas is to go here. And with the rook here, you can't do that. But white's going to play king f2. Thanks for the 300 centimeters bishop takes. So what the engine wants to do is realize the rook's going to move and play king f8. That way, if king f2 and rook h1, I'm not so worried about, e6. I'm a little worried, but not really. And the engine just says this is a draw. So it actually surprises me that Ivic played this move, allowing e6. Okay, and the engine thinks that white is either winning or has good winning chances now. Probably it's wrong, but I wouldn't allow e6 if I was black, even if I was right or wrong, because I'd just be too afraid. Okay, and he played king f6, which is excellent. And the reason it's excellent is it looks stupid because the guy takes this, but then you just play king g7. And then, man, white's pawns aren't very good. Terrible. So this is a cool move.
Yeah, he just knew. When he played rook h1,
Right.
He knew this was a draw.
Now, in this position, white played king g2. Here's the point. After e7, Okay, I must play rook e1. I must. Okay, like in Blazing Saddles, I must. Okay, so he's hoping after here, black makes the slight inaccuracy, rook takes h5, and then black resigns. Well, I might have said white inaccuracy. But anyway, yeah, you need your rook to go to e1. It's a delicate. You have to, you know. Okay, so you play king g2, hoping for this ridiculous move, but he didn't do that. And then always retreat. Yeah. Yeah, white's not going to win with, you know, with those pawns. So he tried again, and there's one. You know, now it's a relatively easy draw, even though he lost his h pawn. As he can't. This rook, terrible. Now, in this position, if I was white, I would definitely move my rook here and play here and hope for the best. Problem is, if black puts his rook on the h file, I'm not sure what white does. Because if black, like, let me give you an example. So we play rook a7, rook here, here, and black's like, okay, what are you going to do? And the answer is fries. It's hard to do anything. So, I mean, eventually white can, you know, try to win by, you know, again, making his opponent fall asleep. But, okay, so what he did was king f2. The rook went to h1. So he's trying to get his king up the board. But now he's not able to play rook to this side in h7. He's only able to play rook here in h7. And that's not really winning chances. So I don't agree with white's winning attempt, but I think it didn't matter. Yeah, black is literally doing nothing. All right, and then he's like, yep, you can't win because you can't do anything. And finally, he takes this pawn. Now, taking that pawn's risky if my king can go to g3 and I can stop you from getting to the h file. But since you can't stop from getting the h file, then it's not risky. And I guess they agreed to a draw here because you could just take this.
Rook and one each.
Yeah, and then black's better.
He did, I mean, I thought, like, when it started, that there's no hope at all for white to win.
Right.
But, I mean, I would have lost this with black. Right?
Yeah, this is the way I think he should have played. Let's see, does g5 draw immediately or lose immediately? I guess it loses immediately. Oh, yeah, it does lose immediately. In fact, king f5 is the only move that doesn't lose. It says you resign otherwise, but I don't know why. Why does this lose? King g4.
f5, maybe? No.
Wow.
Well, you trade rooks. I say trade rooks.
Right, and if you and the idea is if you take the pawn, yeah, check, and f5 wins.
Yeah.
Wow, or maybe f5 doesn't win. King g5
King
and
g5
f5 wins.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 200 centidues. So if I go here, then you play this. I guess you could have played that right away, right?
Right.
Although maybe not. Maybe then rook g1 check. Yeah. Wow, that's really
run out of checks here.
That's really nice.
Anyways.
Yeah, that's good. And then king g5, f5.
All right, so he did have better chances to win in this variation.
Yeah, this is winning for white.
Like, obviously, black could avoid this.
Okay, so if he had played rook here, if he had played this move, which he did not, this is the only drawing move. And after this is the only drawing move. Now it says rook a5 check wins.
Play it.
No, because it's the same position.
Right.
You go here, and then you go here. Now it says rook g1's a draw.
Right, that's why it was making the rook on the second rank.
Right, that's why I played rook here.
I understand.
Yeah.
But anyways, why can't you play even rook a1 now? No,
you don't win the king and pawn ending.
No, you have king f5 anyway. You have king f5 now.
After here?
No, after rook takes rook check.
After check, I have king here.
Yeah. So we need our king on g4.
Also, does this king and pawn ending win? I can't tell.
Right,
it does.
Anyway,
it does.
Right.
No, it does win. King g4 wins, yeah. And king h6, then f5 wins. So, yeah, so when you play...
the invisible man.
So when you play rook here or whatever, your king has to be on g4. Yeah. Otherwise, when you check, the king can go to f5 instead of going back and trading rooks and winning. So let's have a look here. He could have played... He played king f2, which is a draw. He could have gone here. This is the only drawing move. This is the only drawing move. The way that it says white's winning doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's playing. It's just losing in tempo. Is it
Check
zugzwang somehow?
there. Yeah, king f6 loses, right? Because you play rook, then you play your rook a1. Yeah. So it's saying check. King has to go here, here. And it says if king here, you're in zugzwang.
Right, gets king f6, king g4. Well, it says king g4 wins, so play it.
Check.
That's the only hope. We can agree that's the only hope, because otherwise rook b1.
Yeah.
Or how do you win this?
Wow.
Yeah, I think it doesn't win. It's just it says
Yeah, I think
3.85.
it's just
a
wrong.
draw.
Yeah.
Well, 3.85 could mean a draw. It could in this position.
No, I think it does mean a draw.
5 is a win.
I think it does mean a draw
Yeah,
because
5
it's
would be a
not.
winner.
It would just like announce mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a much better winning try.
Yeah, I thought this was winning.
Yeah,
For a minute.
it might be. Yeah. No, but it's weird to not do that. To like
Yeah.
put your rook here. Like I don't want my rook here. I want it here and here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also possible he didn't see this rook a1 idea or rook f5. You know, he didn't see that.
This is 8, so it's not table base, I don't believe.
Right.
It's 8
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah, but this gave like no chances to win when he played rook h8. Yeah, even the engine's like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, there's no winning chances here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he tried and he failed miserably. But the only thing that matters is the guy's name is, you know, the first in, I mean, it's Velimirovich. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Somebody
okay,
pointed
it's
that
missing
out.
an O, right?
Velimirovich. Yeah, maybe. I guess
think it's
if his name was
Ovich.
Ovich, that, yeah. Very similar to Velimirovich.
There might even be an H at the end.
Put it in H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lesson is never try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, this is really good winning chances if he had played, you know, the way to try to win. And then after king f6,
Right,
now it's just a draw. Yeah, now you can't ever win. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, there are a lot of ideas in these drawn end games, really.
All right, let's have a look at Spencer's game.
Didn't you already have an empty analysis board at the end?
No, I got rid of it because I'm
Oh.
smart.
Okay.
All right.
You want me to do the...
Yeah, you can
Drive.
drive and I can drink Perrier.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So I had played Onshul before. This is my round 4 game.
This was played this morning.
Yeah, this morning at 10 a.m. I had played Onshul before, and we played... Our game followed this. I had white.
And his opponent's 2,000, and it's game 90,
Yeah.
delay 5.
And I castled. After the game, he's like, you should play bishop c4. Like, this is trash. That's what he told me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, he has a good understanding of chess.
Yeah, like, this is like what most people do now.
Yeah.
Took it. And then, he took it. And I took. He took, and I played this. No, this is like the main move, bishop d4,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I played. And he was like, oh, that's not a move. What are you doing? That's weird stuff.
That's the most common move, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's tough being 2,000.
I guess.
Yeah. Zach Winter 97 subscribed. Hooray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the move that I knew most.
Mm-hmm.
Last time he played this,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought forever, and I played there, which is right.
Yeah, this is a main line, yeah.
I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this 20 years ago.
Then he played like queen b6, but queen a5 is the best move.
This is everybody versus Greg Shahadi 20 years ago.
Or no, it was the other way around. He played queen a5, but he should have played queen b6.
Right.
Then I remember I should have gone here,
Mm-hmm.
but I was afraid he would do this,
Mm-hmm.
and then here. But this is not good for me, or for him.
Rook D5.
Rook d5 is crushing.
Yeah,
Even like queen e5, but okay, that's kind of a weird move too.
right.
But yeah, the idea is the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm even winning. So I didn't do that in the game. I played like some pansy move,
A3, King B1.
Yeah, one of those two. I forgot.
Yeah.
Anyways, I should have played that.
Thanks, Tuesday's Green.
Also, did you thank Zach? Zach Winter.
Thanks, Zach Winter. Maybe.
Nice. Yeah, I forgot.
I thought about thanking him.
Right. So in this game, he played this, which I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know Greg played this, or I didn't really know that line at all. I only really know e5. But now I know knight c3 more, of course.
What did you just do with the thing?
I promoted the line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then here. Then he banged this out.
Is there an opening thing?
Yeah, there is here.
I don't know where it is. Okay, never.
Yeah, let me turn
I've
it
never
off for a
used
second.
that ever.
Yeah,
I saw Danny using it today.
Explorer, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
They can't see it, though.
Good.
Yeah. After rook d3 isn't e6. You mean rook d5? e6, rook takes c5. Yeah, I'm attacking the c-pawn there. Right.
Here, go back to when he played bishop d4. Go before that.
Yeah, here.
Okay. Now.
e5 is the most common.
Bishop d4 second most common. I didn't
more
think
than
that.
knight c3.
All right.
I didn't really know these moves.
So he's not as bad as he plays.
He prepared this before the game.
Right.
And queen b6, he prepared this.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about knight a4, which is the best move and the most common. I thought he'd play queen a5, and I'd have to play b3.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to play b3, so that's why I didn't do this.
All right.
But this is actually good. I tell this to my students, too, to play knight a4 when they don't have a b-pawn in a Sicilian.
Mm-hmm.
I say this all the time to my students, and I still didn't do it. But you know what? If I could play, like, bishop here, then I totally would have done this.
Mm-hmm.
That's rock solid. You know, I'll never get attacked, and just is good for white.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to play b3, but that is the right thing to do, and I will do that. You can count on it. Instead, I pansied out here. I did this, and then I took the queen, and then I played a3. Still some games in this Explorer, yeah. Does knight takes d5? I can win a pawn, if that's what you're asking. Like, I could take this pawn, but that seemed like a lot of counterplay. Don't you think?
Isn't that a Alanis Morissette song?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would be ironic. Don't you think? Yeah, this is too much counterplay, right?
You played knight takes d5, but they're saying,
right.
what if he blunders a piece? Don't you win a piece?
What do they mean?
They say, doesn't knight takes
here,
d5
so
win?
this-
Yeah, because they don't.
Yeah, obviously he's not going to do that.
They're not looking at what. This is the game, right?
Yeah, I did that. I did knight d5. They're trying their best. Come on.
No, they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
No,
all damned.
I could win a pawn, right? But there's just no way. But there was no way.
Yeah, right.
So I just did this. Then he instantly played here as if it was still his prep, but it seems like it's not, right?
Yeah, let's go to get
Yeah.
rid of that. Yeah, let's do this.
So e6
that move's
is
all
okay.
right. That move's all right.
I played h4 best.
Put it in H.
Pretty much. He banged this out too, which I expected because he always trades them.
Right.
I thought his work was kind of weird there, so I was like, okay, whatevs.
Yep.
And let me just do this.
Mm-hmm.
He played this one. Right, I thought for a long time here. And I decided I wanted to play rook c3. You know, that seems like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good one, JRI. Not too good, but pretty good. So I played rook here. And now he went for he went for b5. See, he wants me to go there, and then he does that, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, because he's got this going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to play here to stop that, but if I play rook h4, he'll play gh, exclam.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
So, because even if I just take back, he can get counterplay on the g file.
Yeah.
So I just played hg,
Mm-hmm.
and then here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He thought for a long time here, and he played rook a4, which is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much have to take it. I didn't even see rook a4, and then b4. Yeah.
B4 is good.
b4 is good, right?
Especially like if taking en passant is right. I'm not saying it is. He probably doesn't know the en passant rule because he's 2000. So, yeah.
I figured 2 connected pass pawns I'd win.
Yeah.
Although the engine says it's like 0.6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take white there. Yeah.
Right, and if he doesn't, exactly. And if he doesn't take, I do this anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So he played, this is a bad move.
Yep.
Yeah.
That loses a tempo.
It just loses a tempo.
Right. It might lose 2 tempi because of rook c3. Then you're playing rook c3 and he has to move his rook, then move his rook again.
That's what happened, yeah.
Right.
And he went here.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought for like a long time here, because I knew I was like had chances now. He moved his rook a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was always a little better because I had the 2 against 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I did make a pass pawn. Hey, it's Nur.
Nuranonum. Yeah.
Thought it was a sweet joke. I get it. I can't stop making jokes. So I went here.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah. And then he did this, which is losing.
Yeah, now your B pawn's pretty good.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He should have played king E5, right?
Yeah, I thought E5.
E5? Yeah, E5.
E5.
Yeah. But still
And
better
E4.
still better for white.
Yeah. No, I'm doing well here.
Yeah.
I'm doing very well here. And
Yeah.
people were like, how did you win this endgame? I'm like,
Pass
because
B
I'm
pawn
a best pawn, and I'm
pawn
better.
is going to be captured, yeah.
They don't. The people don't
Either side
understand
could win
nothing.
this ending. If
Yes,
you're playing a
I could've
low-rated
even lost,
player,
yeah.
then, somebody
Totally.
can get queen.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I thought I had great winning chances here.
Yeah.
I even thought, at this point, I thought, but even before, I thought I had good winning chances. So he went for this. I did push it. He took it with the check. I thought for a long time here between these moves, but I guess
They're both
win.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I played this one.
Hey. It's
No.
Karen.
And now he played a horrible defense. This loses instantly.
Yeah, the engine didn't like that.
Because he didn't see this move. Also, by the way, Rook C5 wins. Rook C5.
Where's Karen? Where'd she go? Oh, you're way over there.
Okay, just keep going.
So he resigned?
Yeah, he resigned.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't do a good job stopping your B pawn.
No,
He made
no.
sure he didn't. Now go back before he moved his king over and lost.
Like this.
Yeah, here.
Right, so here's what I had calculated. He's got two defenses. This. This doesn't work because I go here.
Right, but
He
he
could
do
go
that
here
and
and
then play
then
to the
here.
edge, and your king's maybe
right.
not as
That's
good.
probably that's the thing that I was calculating.
Yeah.
Also, he could try this move, but that's a little desperate.
This is king
go
D4
here.
wins. King B4 wins.
King B4, right?
Yeah, because you stop
Yes,
his rook
that's what I was
G5.
thinking.
Yeah.
Then he's got nothing, right?
Oh,
So let's say he did this,
yeah.
and then here.
Now, stop.
Oh.
It wants you to play rook C8, stopping his rook H8.
I thought this still won.
It might. Yeah, it's also
This is what I
good.
was calculating.
Yeah, it's also good.
Yeah. He has to go here.
Right?
Then F4. It doesn't like F4. Dang it. I thought that might not win, actually.
Yeah, because E5 takes and he gives up his
I
F
was
pawn
calculating
and runs
that.
over
right.
with his king.
No, I
king
saw
D6.
that didn't win, yeah.
Yeah. Wants to
Okay,
play
I didn't think
C4 because it's expensive.
But anyways, rook C8, obviously, then. Yeah,
Right.
'cause
Then he
if
has
I
to
can't
play.
win there.
Then he has to play like D4
like
rook
I
H5
wanted.
it somehow.
But I can go here at some point, right?
You can, or you
Even
can play,
now.
or you can play B6 first.
Yeah, but I could play and then here, right? I saw this idea of him playing D4, and
Right.
I would answer it this way.
Yeah.
I saw this for sure.
Then rook H8.
Ah.
Then take on A4, and you're probably winning because you have the two.
He has
connected
0
against
passed
one.
pawns.
Yeah,
that's the
not
problem.
enough.
He has 0
Yeah.
passed pawns. That's why he lost. I noticed it's difficult to get a passed pawn in this
I
structure.
like the engine move D3, a move nobody would ever play ever.
Yeah,
What?
and that is.
Frankly, that's ridiculous.
It doesn't waste the tempo, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got him pretty good this game. I mean, the engine liked almost everything I did, except knight A4 in the opening there. I should have played.
Now, promote that variation, and then we'll do a caps and so forth. You can't beat caps.
What? What is caps?
That's when it gives you the numbers.
Oh, computer analysis.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you can do that.
This is right.
Yeah. This
All right.
is how the game ended.
And then, then we'll see if you played 99.
Yeah, I think it will like it.
Yeah, but when I think that, it says I played 10.
Yeah, you might be right. One time on the stream I played 99 twice.
It says he played better than you.
Wow.
Yeah, you played 91.3, he played 96.4, showing how accurate that is.
Well, but you have to admit it's pretty good that I beat somebody who played 96.4.
That's right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it says none of he made a mistake and you did. He made an accuracy and you didn't. You made no inaccuracies and no mistakes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
No inaccuracies, no
Yeah.
mistakes. I mean, obviously I shouldn't have traded on D5. Knight A4 is the better move I could
Yeah.
have played.
It's Karen. Can they see you? Yeah.
You can see me.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
so tired
Karen.
from the tournament.
What's that?
I'm just exhausted from the tournament.
Yeah.
That's true. Me too.
Hey, so Spencer couldn't win all of his games. He took a quick last round draw for the big money, but Karen won all her games. So
That's true.
yeah.
That is true.
The quicker it's rated, the quicker Karen's 1300 again.
I played one game.
Mm-hmm.
She beat my student. Come on, I told you don't beat my students.
Yeah. Okay, now, unfortunately, today's round was very boring. There were 8 games in the Open, and this was the only decisive one. And there were 4 games in the women's, and I got that decisive one also. That was decisive topsy-turvy. One side was winning, then the other. It was like, 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so in this position, white is better, and Spencer and I were shocked at what the engine said here. But it makes sense after you think about like what the engine's saying. This position, black is up a pawn, but white's got a nice d file, knight d5, bishop f. Black's pieces are suspicious. The best move for white is not one you would think was the best, and neither did white. White played the obvious knight d5, which gives all of his advantage away. The correct move is knight e4, because the knight wants to do all these things. And especially if you play knight g5 at some point, queen d5 is annoying.
Hey, we have a question from the chat for Karen.
Yeah.
Hey, Karen, are you worried that Spencer is trying to attract the wrong type of women with his antics?
No, it says attract the type of
But
women.
then he corrected it the wrong type.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I know, I had to put it together.
She's very worried. That's all she thinks about. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so in this position, the engine prefers white by somewhat. Okay, not much because black's a pawn up and there's no direct threats. He played knight d5, which is what everybody would play. And then the engine's like, nah, you can't do anything. Your knight's blocking everything. Okay, so d6, attacks the queen. And now they could have repeated for a draw, but white played for the win. Unfortunately, somebody did win, but it wasn't him. So you feel real bad when you do that. You have a draw, and you're like, I don't want to draw. Then you lose. You're like, I could have drawn. But you know that when you do it. That's it. And this should be a draw. The engine says this is a drawn position. He played this move, and this ending's drawn. White has a positional advantage with his knight here. This knight can't get in. These pawns are weak, so it should be a draw. San V subscribed. 15 months. Hooray. Karen's keeping it real in here. Wow.
As long as keeping it real doesn't go wrong. Yeah,
right.
Then it'll be all right.
I don't like people playing on my phone.
I still think it's the right thing for him to play for the win, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, he has white, and it's a 2-game match.
And there's an opportunity cost who just subscribed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's also
and
true.
we forgot about Dre. Yeah, if Spencer goes to karaoke, he won't be on the stream. So he has to figure out the opportunity cost.
That's true.
It's not really much. Okay.
Yeah.
Is Karen wearing a puffy shirt? Maybe.
How's it going, Goblin is here?
Maybe.
No, because it's sleeveless.
Maybe it's Goblin
Okay.
and I sheer.
So let me show you the key moment of the game when white gives it away. This is still equal. Nobody's doing anything. Okay, in this position, white made perhaps the losing move, perhaps not. And the most obvious move is rook b6 because you attack everything. And as Spencer pointed out, he probably rejected it because you take this, you take, and then knight b4 defends this pawn and defends this pawn, and probably the rook and pawn ending might be winning because black has 2 passed pawns. But the engine says after here, black is better, but not necessarily winning. But you know what? I don't like white's position here, so I don't really blame him for not doing that. Instead, he played rook b7, which walks into a fork. And not only that, it's not even clear the fork is the right move. It could be that rook b8 is even better. But he, played here, attacking these 2 guys, which I'm sure white saw. And they traded. Well, I thought he was going to take on a6, but I was wrong. The engine takes on a6. But, now white's just a clear pawn down because this is a passed pawn. So white's obviously just fighting for a draw as opposed to fighting for a sandwich. Knight c7, knight d2. The engine doesn't like knight d2. It wants to get the rook active, but doesn't like that move either. It wants to take this and then play bishop here, putting pressure here, rook on the 7th. It just says this is a draw. It
I
says
like that it
position is-
doesn't play rook a6 because this is
Yeah.
keeping the rook on a7.
Yeah, the pawn's taken care
That's
of.
tough to do.
So yeah, taking in bishop g4 is hard to see because your bishop is so good. It's weird to get the bishop on that diagonal. So he played this bad move, and I mean now White's 2 pawns down, and he's probably going to win one back, but he's not going to win that one. So that one's passed forever. Rook b8. Rook b8's actually a mistake. He needs to cement, right? What he should have done is he should have tagged out and gotten a technician, to analyze the position. Problem is, we need a technician to fix our air conditioning, and that costs money. So Black should have played f5, which totally dominates the e4 square later, gives Black's king a little more lift. When he doesn't play f5, now White can stop it with g4. Now Black can never play f5, and so he can't cement the e4 square for his knight. And even though Black is up 2 pawns, the engine says it's equal. Because this is good, these are weak, and I can't just sit my knight here the rest of the game. Now, players don't have a lot of time on their clock, so, they just make moves. He took the a pawn finally, which was wrong. And then he got his knight cemented on e4, which the knight cemented on e4 is not just good for offense, but it defends the d6 pawn.
It's a Rick and Morty shirt. Homomorphic.
Yeah, so now c'est pas facile. Yeah, now Black is technically winning. The best kind of winning. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so White had a chance to play g4 there, so that knight just can't sit on e4. If the knight doesn't go to e4, or it can't stay on e4, it's difficult to defend that d6 pawn. Okay, so...
Oh, you got it, Pablo.
King d3. And this slowly Black's winning because Black has an extra pass pawn, and White doesn't have a ton of counterplay until he does. Now g6 is risky, but as Spencer likes to say,
gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
yeah, because sometimes you blunder your rook and stuff. Yeah. But okay, if he doesn't blunder his rook, he should be fine. Okay, he tried to take the rook, but trying is and this is a brilliant move. And Spencer and I already looked at this game. Now let's see if Spencer thinks like I do.
Okay.
I immediately thought of a game when I saw knight check and king e6. And the reason it's hard to think of it is it wasn't knights, it was bishops. But it was the same idea.
I don't know, I can't think of it.
Fischer-Feingold.
Okay.
In Fischer-Feingold, Fischer played bishop e8, and my dad played king e7, then he played king e5.
Okay.
That was the winning idea.
I do remember that,
right.
actually.
So here, if you stop the guy from, winning your rook, there's perpetuals and your king could get mated. But because you can play knight d2 check, you can get your king to e6. The rook and pawn ending is very easily winning. The reason is, if we trade knights, you can't win the g-pawn because I win your g-pawn. Terrible. So if we do this, and we're like, haha, the g-pawn's indefensible, then I defend it and win your g-pawn. Like, mouse slipped. So then you were fine. And then here, and the truth hurts. So this knight d2 check king e6 just wins, because now Black's king is moving up, White's knight doesn't have a good square, Black's up a passed pawn, etc.
Mainly, etc.
Yeah, knight b1 to trade the knights, but he doesn't want to trade the knights because of the variation that well, now you can't win the g-pawn because my king can defend it. So knight d1 is actually the best move. And he's trying to attack the pawns, but trying is the first step to failure.
He's got everything locked up.
Yeah, he's got all defended. Yeah.
Still
And then this knight is no good.
Yeah, e3 is weak too.
I guess if I play king d3, I was going to check and take the knight, but the engine plays king e6 and d5. God
Yeah,
damn.
I was thinking d5.
Man, then you get mated. Yeah. Okay, so he played here because that's the best place for his king.
Rook and knight endgames are really tactical like that.
The engine wants to go here, but then it wants to repeat. I like that.
Right.
Yeah,
I noticed that Stockfish does that. It always repeats.
Good job.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, and then all the king's,
It's desperation.
All the king's horses. Yeah, and then he resigned because he's down 7 pawns.
Yeah.
He has some checks, but they don't lead anywhere. The king can always just run out, and you're going to be down 4 passed pawns. And that was the only decisive game of the round for the open section. And I don't know if Karen was here yet, but they were repeating, and White said, I don't want to repeat, and then he lost.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the most fun you can have when you have a draw and you're like, oh, I'm trying to win, then you lose. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Spencer and I agree with this decision because if you draw with White and you think you have the better position, you can't, you have black in the next game, so you might as well, if you think you have an advantage, and then he got outplayed. But both of these guys are having great tournaments. Now, I got a text this morning from a FIDE master, and he said, these guys are playing, and on the another board, it's Karjakin MVL. And I said, the truth hurts.
Yeah.
You got like two of the best players who ever lived, and then you got guys you never heard of. That's the World Cup. Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't know if Karen was there when I was, saying what Anand was saying, or not Anand, it was Danny Wrench. There's been 9 World Cups.
Yeah.
In the 9 World Cups, the number 1 rated player has only made the final 16 4 times. Okay? Now the shocking, which Spencer got on the second guess, by the way. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Second guess, because there's billions of people. Who's the only player to make it to the final 16 all 9 times? And Spencer almost picked him first. We picked him second. I would never get this, but I know the answer, so now I get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Svidler.
Okay.
Everyone, he's there now. And his guess was Karjakin, because Karjakin's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Svidler. Yeah. That showed Magnus or something. Yeah. I think the first couple of World Cups, Magnus was like 11 years old. So,
Right.
harsh. He wasn't the favorite in those. Yeah. Now, did he win or did he lose the Queen and 2 versus Queen and 1 against Aronian? He either won or he lost.
He won it.
He won, I think he had to win. I think it was.
I think he won
lost
it.
Yeah.
I'm actually not 100% sure.
Yeah, I know there was a drawn ending that was won
Right.
by
I do remember
when
that.
he was
yeah.
like 10 or something.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a baby Magnus.
Yeah.
Little baby Magnus.
Yeah. Etc. Okay, you're so next. Okay, I wanted to look at this game because Karjakin prepared the whole game. I do that too, except for one thing. I don't prepare anything. So they played a million moves of the Berlin. And I know what the new moves are because Anand said so.
Oh, that's good.
And Anand claimed to have invented the move Rook H6, but he didn't even think it was the best move. He just became really popular because he played it first. Okay. So in this position, there's a lot of games, and Anand claims he played this move first, and now it's like the main line or one of the main lines. You're going to take back with the rook if they take, and rook g6, and so forth. And this is what Karjakin played. Now, if you said, name the players in the world who know the Berlin the best, probably these guys are in the top 3.
I was thinking Vichy would be the other one.
Vichy's good, and probably Magnus knows a lot because of
Yeah.
World Championship prep. But, I mean, these two...
Yeah, these two are up there.
Yeah, Karjakin's playing white and black, I think, and MVL...
MVL's notoriously good with white in
Yeah,
this endgame.
yeah. Okay, so he played here. Now, every move, Karjakin moved instantly. So he was
the whole
gaining
game.
time on the clock, yeah. In this position, MVL thought 30 minutes. In this position. And he played g4, which is fine. And like the rest of the game, Karjakin just moved instantly. Now, according to Anand, knight h4 is the move.
Well, Kramnik doesn't play anymore.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
study as
Kramnik,
much.
he quit. Now, knight h4 is the normal move, according to Anand. The engine agrees.
Yeah.
So he took this, which people were claiming was a novelty, and if it transposes after knight h4, but he played knight d4.
Okay.
And this has definitely never occurred before. They've never had knight d4. Yeah,
Engine
never.
doesn't like it.
Right, well, yeah, but he prepared
yeah,
the whole
obviously.
game. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now MVL's thinking again.
No, that's great prep, though, if you find something the engine
Right.
doesn't like, but it's a draw.
So he played here, which is the right move.
What,
c5.
exactly what you want.
Yep. And this is what
Yep,
the engine
yep.
says. It
Yeah,
says
it
white,
is.
because white does win a pawn.
Right.
Yeah. He prepared everything. He just said, yeah, take my pawn. I don't care.
All right.
Yeah. He's still moving instantly. Every
Wow.
move instant.
I mean, I can't even imagine playing these guys.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah. This is, and he still has more time than he started
Knows
with.
so much, play so
Yeah.
great.
Now Vichy was trying to win with white, by doing crazy stuff, which I think happened. Yeah, because the stuff that he played B4.
He's not playing the game as well.
Yeah, he did play, because Avicii was suggesting all of this before it happened.
Yeah.
He's like, well, A5 and Rook C3 and Rook C4. He said the only thing White can do is like defend the pawn and then go win this.
Yeah.
And Vichy was actually looking at doing it now and just giving this pawn away. But I didn't. But and in fact, the engine says that too.
Oh, it plays Rook D2.
Yeah.
It's
Rook
just
D2 defending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's seems passive.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, this is still his prop, so I'm sure he had every move ready.
Right.
Yeah.
He even has B4 and stuff. Not an engine move.
Yeah. B4 was suggested like the main move
I
by
guess it's the
Anand.
second move,
He thought that this was a good idea for
Yeah.
White. And he thought Black had to do this and then play King D7, King E6.
Wow.
Anand was showing this like way before it happened.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, this is a draw.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
pawns are all weak.
He thought White could try to win by tickling him, but he
Right.
didn't see a way to tickle him. Like he was like, I got to do something, but he couldn't find anything.
Wow.
I mean, so he probably made like 3 moves that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and MVL was using all of his time because he was trying, and G4
Yeah.
he thought forever. Yeah. So yeah, Karjakin pretty well prepared. I mean, some of these guys just spend a lot of time preparing stuff. They spend hours and hours and hours.
They don't
Now,
like to lose.
In Karen's opinion, of the 50 players who played in the tournament
Today?
this tournament, who prepared the most for it? This is an easy one.
Right.
Probably Spencer.
Right.
Yeah.
And then who won the tournament?
Spencer.
Right. And that's, you put a lot of work into your game, it shows. And a lot of you guys are like, I want my GM coach to tell me how to win and make it less than 10 seconds because Arby's is closing in 20 minutes. And I'm like, if a GM could tell a class player how to get 300 points better in one lesson, everybody would be 300 points better. But instead, I walk in here and there's illegal moves and flags falling and you moved your rook there, no, I didn't, and so forth.
That does happen.
And that guy's opening his water bottle and that's bothering me. These are things that happen. Yeah.
His flip flops are too noisy.
Yeah. The guy's walking and his flip flops. That's what we got here. Not like I analyzed 30 moves ahead and memorized everything. Yeah.
I think some people took their shoes off.
Yep. I saw people walking around barefoot.
I think Anna might have asked them.
Some people who have either flip flops or some people like
really
walk
loud.
loudly, and it seems like they don't have to, but they do anyway.
It's really
They're like,
loud.
I could walk loudly if I walk this way, and I'm like, what?
Why
Yeah,
did you
she's
paint
pretty
your
loud.
hair, man?
Yeah.
I
No,
think it looks good.
that's the natural color.
Right.
I like that color. Hey, but I have
So-
decided I think it looks better the way it is right now, but not too
Oh, I like
long.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Now,
Oh,
When
the
it's
length.
colored.
I got you.
Now-
That's a great
I can agree with
here's
that.
why chess is weird right now. If I was doing 20, 30, 40 moves of prep, remember I said if, okay? There's no way I'm doing it to draw. There's no way. Never. Now, if you told me I could prepare 40 moves and Magnus is definitely going into it and it's a dead draw at the end, then okay. But when I do a lot of prep, which I don't do, but I have done it, then I'm winning. I'm not prepping to a draw. But that's the way the super GMs do it with Black. They prepare the whole game and then it's a draw. When Kasparov prepared the whole game back in the day, then he won. But now it's a draw. So that's not, I'm not spending my whole life trying to draw. I'm not. So my 2 examples of preparing the whole game were against Darwin Yang, when I prepared for 2 months, and then he went right into the line, and then
Hey, do you know the epilogue of that? Mezgin Aminov.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
that,
he told me that you saved him because he looked at that game and then somebody played your prep against him and Mezgin knew everything and
Right.
didn't lose or whatever.
He didn't tell me that, but I
Yeah.
did see the Mezgin game afterwards.
Yeah.
And the other one is the funniest. It's like 1 a.m. in Chicago Open, and it's like round 6 or 7. And I look at, and the round's at 10 a.m. So I look at the cross table, whatever that, and I'm looking, and I had 4.5 out of 6, I think. So I'm trying to figure out who I play, and there's like 22 people with 4.5 out of 6. Thanks, Chess Bra. You're the best.
Chess Bra.
Yeah.
Yay.
And I'm like, I think I'm going to play Epishin. But I mean, I had no idea. I prepared all night for Epishin.
Right.
Okay? Or Epishin, depending. He was Karpov's second. Okay? Man, I have a funny story about Epishin, but I'm on Chess TV. Damn. It's a true story, though.
Oh, come on.
Should I tell it?
I don't know. I would like to hear
I
it.
think well,
Unless you're
man.
gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, no, I won't get in trouble. If I've ever seen him, he'll probably hurt me. Okay, so Epishin is a very big guy, and like some grandmasters I know, he doesn't necessarily shower or bathe very often.
Okay.
Okay, so there's actually 2 stories. I'm not going to tell the first one. I'm going to tell the second one, and then if you think that was too risque, then I'm really not telling the first one. The first one, they both involve prostitutes. The second one is, they got the prostitutes, and then the woman's like, no, I'm not, no.
Right.
She refused. Yeah, I'm not.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah, he's
That
like,
is a bad
not
sign,
him. I'm
really.
not, you can't pay me enough. The other one, which is much funnier, okay, so there was a tournament called the New York Open, and it was over Easter. Every year, prizes were $1 trillion, and everybody played. Every grandmaster played the New York Open. And that's where Judah Polgar became famous, because she was 9 years old, and 10 years old, 11 years old, and was winning everything. She got IM norms. She won some section when she was 9. Okay. Anyway, so Epishin and Golden's, they hung out together. Golden lives in Kentucky now, I think, but this is when they lived in Soviet Russia. They're playing in the New York Open like 30, 35 years ago, and they're staying at the organizer's place. The organizer is like a millionaire, billionaire. He owns like company. That's why he's the organizer. And like 2, 3 in the morning, there was a lot of ruckus, and they had a woman up there, a professional, and there was a payment issue, and then the organizer's wife said that this is the end of this tournament. We're not having. And that was the last New York Open. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah, she said there's no more. That's it. There's no more of this. Yeah. So, man, the truth hurts. Okay. The draw agreed. Right, Karen?
I guess so.
Those were your favorite stories ever? Yeah.
Those were good stories.
I mean, the Kasparov story is the best one, but
can't
Sarah
be
one tells it better. It's not a Kasparov story. It's a story that Kasparov opined on. And it's like those stories, but then Kasparov had a very funny point of view. So that's it.
That was Nigel that told us that story, if that's what you're...
Yeah, but also I heard Yasser also.
okay.
I've heard that more than
Okay.
once. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to this game. This was the only decisive game in the event, and White was dead, lost, and then she won. Like an interesting endgame. What? Yeah. So I guess she is the chess queen, even though Jill's shirt said queen. I think it might be Kosteniuk. Yeah. We actually interviewed Kosteniuk. I don't know if you saw this game, like a couple days ago. She
didn't watch
sacrificed.
any of those.
All she did was sacrifice, and then it ended up she had 3 pieces for 2 rooks. And then she kept playing more aggressively, and then she just won easily.
That's interesting.
It was a really interesting game because she started sacrificing
So
everything.
usually 3 pieces is better, right?
I think so, yeah.
Gotta be.
But she sacked a pawn, then the exchange, and then she won 2 pieces for a rook.
Yes, actually, somebody on my stream was talking to me about this.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
great
I
game.
remember that. I didn't
I mean,
watch
that
it.
game was amazing. Yeah.
What about my favorite game was the Bacro one? That was all crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
they both hung all their queens and sacrificed everything.
Yeah, now how many followers do I have? Because I'm really close. By the way, on 3 different platforms, a plateau is coming because it's platforms. This one, 100,000 followers.
Okay.
I'm very close to 10,000 followers on Twitter. I'm very close to 100,000 subs on my YouTube page. They're all happening at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah. So let me see. What do I type?
Exclam stats.
Stats. Yeah, that's how many followers I have.
Yay.
99,857.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mr. Shankly described. Shankly, ridiculous. Yeah.
Mr. Shankly, I like it.
Yeah.
With the 4, that's nice.
Pole dancers for 100,000 celebration. Chess Bra asks. Hey,
Yeah.
Chess Bra, I have a serious
That sounds
question.
about right.
Yeah, I have a serious question for Chess Bra. It's never happened. We've watched a lot of Chess Bra, me and Karen and maybe Spencer. And
Or just Karen.
No, but you watch it for a long time. I watch it for 5 minutes.
I watched it.
But it used to be Eric and Amin, and I guess you're Eric. I haven't seen Eric on the stream like ever.
Lately.
I mean, it used to be more you than an Amin, like the first when I was watching it 3, 4, 5 years ago.
He was like the main.
Now I
chess
only
pro.
see Amin. I never see you, like ever.
He's been hiding. He says.
I've been hiding. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Nurinonum. Could I say Etienne Bacro? I cannot, but I can say Drakkar Noir.
Let me grow a beard in 5 seconds.
Drakkar Noir? Drakkar Noir? Beep. It's you.
I will also take Drakkar Noir.
Yeah. A funny name to say with a French accent is Ashton Kutcher. Good episode. You know the episode we're referencing? You know the movie Taken? They did a thing on Family Guy. And the funniest scene in that was Peter talks to them instead of, the main guy. Who's the actor? In Taken?
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, instead of Liam Neeson has a famous line. I have very specialized skills, and if you let my daughter go, I won't come and kill all. And then the guy's like, good luck, and hangs up. Peter says, I have no skills. I can't do
I'll
nothing.
never find you.
I'll never find you. Oh man, Peter got that guy good.
Chess process.
He's vaccinated. Yeah, me too,
Yeah.
buddy.
And alive.
All of us are vaccinated over here.
Yeah, his middle name is Vaket. You're alive? Good.
And vaccinated.
Chessbrot equals Eric Hansen.
Oh, thanks for the correct statement, homomorphic.
Because I wasn't going to accept, the messages I got from Chessbro on Tinder, but if he's vaccinated, then
Okay.
All right. Okay, so this is a game. So Kosteniuk played f3, and eventually she had a losing position, but she didn't play f3 again, so then things turned around. Okay, f3 is okay in this position. White's up a pawn, but White's position's ridiculous. So the engine says equal. All right. And what I want to do is show you how White gets completely outplayed and she's completely lost. Now, I may not be a grandmaster, although I may be, but h4, no, you can't, no. Horrible.
She's like too confident in the
h4,
clearly.
if I was White here, I would go here. h2, come on. h4, god damn. And the engine hates it more than I do. I don't hate it as much as the engine does, but I do hate it. I hate it. Okay, she put it in h.
Yeah, but what about b4?
Yeah, black's supposed to play b4. That's correct.
Yeah.
And then just take everything. And here's the funny line. If you move your queen here, I said if, which is the engine move, then the line is to take with the queen. Because the queen's not defended on d2.
And this isn't losing somehow?
This is losing.
I mean, right, I meant...
Yeah, this is the main the main line.
It's
Takes,
not resigned,
takes, no, takes, and you could just take
This
this
is lost.
first.
This is dead lost.
Probably take this first.
Yeah, this is awful.
There's drawing chances, but you better not let black do that. And
Well, he's has to
better
play
not-
b3, though.
Right, b3
And
is
then
the...
rook d6.
Right. Well, you could play rook d1. I mean...
No, I could take
You could play
h6.
rook d1,
Okay, yeah,
but
yeah,
you could
yeah.
take this and you're
Okay,
pawn
yeah,
up
yeah.
and you're better. Right.
Yeah, maybe it's not so clear.
h4 is very bad. Thanks for Charles
Manson.
Manson. Thanks. Raj B subscribed. Thank you. Okay, so knight h5 and f4. Now that bishop is good except for one thing. The engine hates these moves because it likes to move knight g4 now, which I don't know why. Okay, so she played queen b3, knight g4, good. e5, okay, and then White's still fine here because this was all the wrong plan. But White's not going to be fine soon. Thanks, bishop takes.
Karen is the best.
Knight g3. Okay, and this position is better for White now because what Black did wasn't so good. But the position is too complicated, so
Yeah.
I literally don't care. Okay, and here White's better. Okay, here she played takes, which is actually correct, but it could work out badly. But I would definitely do that. I wouldn't play b3 and leave this pawn here forever because eventually I'll lose my a pawn and lose. I mean, I will.
And also, it's just a tempo, too. You
Yeah.
don't give up the tempo.
Yeah, so
Make them
taking's
take
good.
back.
Right. Okay, and white's doing well here. Okay, that's not the best move. Just taking on b5 is. But, okay. And here she played bishop d3, which is a mistake. White should defend the pawn either with c3 or rook d1.
How's it going, pleafers?
Okay. g6. Now white's actually worse because there's not really an attack here, but this is here forever. Mm-hmm. So that's not good for this king. And I'll show you later what she missed. So every move, the engine likes black's position more and more. That's a very nice finesse. Mm-hmm. Bishop c5. The rook's pinned. Yeah. And this is completely winning. Okay. Now here, black has a very obvious winning plan that I think she didn't see. I don't think she saw it and said, I don't like that. I think she just didn't see it. I think if she saw it, she would have said, ooh, I like that. But I think she didn't see it. And the winning plan is to come here. And then if king e2, I go here, or mate. Yeah.
So
this is a good plan.
Maybe it was like bishop b5, queen d7 she didn't like.
Okay, so that's bishop b5 is actually the best move. That's very good. Now rook h4 is okay, but this is the key move.
Oh.
Because I'm threatening the rook, and I'm threatening queen takes because your bishop's not on d3.
Right.
And rook e2 just mates your own king.
Or you don't have time now for queen d7.
Right, you're threatening mate in one. Yeah. Queen d7 is the best move. Then after takes, rook here. That's what it says.
I see that. Yes.
Okay, yes, okay.
That I can understand.
So I don't think, now it could be she saw this and saw this check, and she's
Right.
like, okay, that doesn't work. But you have to think of the whole board, not just of your own
Yeah,
plan.
because bishop d4 is the only win there.
Right, and the bishop was defending the c pawn, and now it's not. And if this queen goes here, then you're going to lose. If you lose a whole rook, you're going to lose. So this is the engine move. Then queen c2. God damn. Then this is the engine move. Queen c1, rook e1. Always repeat. Queen b2. Rook, I like all this repeating. That's good. And then check, and then take this. Now this is equal material, but this is the worst king in the history of chess. So this is coming, and if the rook ever moves off the e file, this is coming.
And king h6 is so safe.
Right.
King
Yeah.
h6
So this is just winning.
king.
Yeah. So rook f4 was winning, and she had to find, I guess, bishop b5, bishop d4. But she didn't do that. She played rook d8. That's not good. Black is still better. And she played the same idea, but she prevented, or did she prevent it? I can't play bishop b5 here because probably this wins immediately. That looks bad. So she played here, rook h4. Black is still better here. This is still good for black. That move's not the best, but it's good for black. And that's a blunder. So this is like double question mark, and it's not time trouble. It's move 42.
I know why it's wrong, because
Yeah.
then there's king h6 again.
Yeah.
You can't play queen g1, queen e7.
Right, because I'll perpetual you. Right. And after rook takes, pawn takes, you probably didn't see king f3.
Oh.
Because that's the only move.
Yeah, this is difficult.
Otherwise, it looks like you're getting mated, but now your king can walk
It
out.
still looks like you could get mated.
Well, this bishop isn't really participating.
Like queen f2, king g4, h5,
Put it in h.
and then queen c5 check. Oh, you run that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now
I
white's
didn't
better.
see king h3.
Now white's better because
Yeah. Oh, king h3, you're totally safe there.
Okay, so she played blunder queen d5. Now Spencer will be amazed, and Karen will be more amazed, that the correct move, queen g1, which I think was played, unless it wasn't. It wasn't played. That's too bad. So after queen g1, black's up 4.6, right? And this is like the obvious attacking move, that threatens mate, and queen g2. Yeah, and this just wins.
So queen d7, obviously.
Frankly, right, king h6. Queen h3 is the only move.
Or I thought that this was why the
King
move was
g5,
bad before.
yeah.
Then g3 is hanging?
Right, queen g3, and then rook g4.
You can't even take e5.
You can't
got
take
nothing.
e5, and you can't play queen f2 because
Queen,
rook
rook
g2.
g2.
Right. Now, probably black saw that and just thought, check, that's not good. But if it
Right,
calculated accurately, you'd be like, well, here I'm winning. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, also, there's there's
Rook takes?
rook takes, right? And then here, and that's it. There's no
Buenos, no
checks.
checks.
Right.
Buenos,
And
no
now we're
checks.
threatening
Well, come
mate.
on. There's rook
mate.
g6, hg, and then queen h8.
That's the best.
Yeah?
Yeah, then it announces mate. Yeah.
Ah,
So if she played queen g1, she would have won, I think.
totally.
Yeah, but she played king h6. She said, I'll play queen g1 later when there's no checks.
Right.
Safe. But now, white did find takes in king f3, which is what had to happen before. And now it's a draw.
Right.
Black's better because black's, I guess, up a pawn. But
Right.
but
But we understand why Guina allowed the thing the second time, because the opponent didn't
right.
do it the first
And what's
time.
amazing is she just lost all of her pawns. Like she could play queen here check, and that's a draw. But she played here,
Right.
and now she's not better.
At least she always repeated there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did lose both of them.
Right. This is a draw now. Now you just perpetual check.
She's even like a little worse, maybe.
Yeah, but she played king h6 playing for the win.
Right.
She knew she could go check, 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 check,
Yeah,
check,
yeah,
check,
yeah.
check, and draw. She's still playing for the win, just like that guy.
Tabatabael.
Yeah. So this is funny. Gunina has a perpetual. She says, I don't want to draw, I want to win, and she loses. And Taba could have agreed to a draw, and he played on and he lost. I'm not sure what the lesson is, but... you know.
Lawful Waffle asks, Karen, have you ever been accused of being a Karen? A day in the life
Probably
of
not
Karen.
more than the average person gets accused.
Okay.
J'accuse. You know, white's better. And
Still
they got a
trying to
really
win.
nice end game.
Okay.
This still is drawn or maybe winning. It's
yeah,
close.
this is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the engine wants to take this pawn. But okay, she started checking. Bishop e7 is actually a good move. And yeah, I mean, white traded queens, which seems wrong, but I
Right.
think it's right. And in this position, Hess opined without doing any analysis, without looking at the engine. I assumed this is a draw. And then, they analyzed for two moves, and he's like, yeah, I guess white's winning. Like, he changed his mind immediately. Because even before they made any moves. Because you can shoulder the king out, if
Right.
king e7 to d8 to c8, then king c6, king b7. Now, you don't want to play king b7 too early, because then bishop c5. So what you do is your king is here. If the king is here, you play bishop f5.
Right.
Then you play c4, c5, king b6, c6, king b7. And he didn't see a
like
defense
that.
to
I like
that,
that.
and that actually happened.
That's good.
That's actually
Yeah, bishop f5 is very instructive.
they got this. Yeah,
It even went back to do this.
right. And black doesn't have any counterplay because the pawns can't move. So she's like, all right, I gotta go get counterplay. Always repeat. Yeah, that was good.
But she went back to d8 instead of f6.
Playing for the
She
win.
unrepeat. Yeah, what was that about?
I think if you go here,
She just did that though. She just had that position.
right.
So anything
Well,
you're gonna say, she already had it.
taking this. Was it this exact position? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
That's
then
right.
She played king d8.
Right. This loses for several reasons. White repeated because that's smart. Taking this wins and this wins.
I mean, I would assume it was bishop d6, but I guess
Yeah.
you
Let's
could move your
let's
bishop.
look at this. This is forced, right?
Yeah.
Oh, a4. Oh, c7 wins too.
Yeah.
A4 just is easier because you got to win this pawn. But yeah, you're
Yeah. Obviously.
a little slow here. I
obviously.
think this happened, but transposition.
So white should have done that the first time, probably.
No, white repeated. Always repeat.
Oh, okay.
She knows what she's doing. Yeah. G3.
What?
Yeah, that's funny because if c6, I can go here.
Okay, so g3, bishop b4. What's the difference?
My pawn.
Oh,
What-
so this
what-
is Zugzwang.
Right,
This is
G3 is
Zugzwang.
yeah.
Genius stuff.
Yeah.
Genius stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's winning. But then a5
Yeah,
resigns,
then
right?
She resigned because white's getting a lot of queens.
Yeah, and you can't even try to make a queen.
Here's what's
reply.
funny about this game. White's losing. White knows she's losing probably. Then black has a forced draw, doesn't play it. And then when white finally is better, then she plays precisely and wins a tough bishop ending. Usually at that point, it's hard to, it's hard to keep your wits about you. But she
Yeah.
did do it, yeah. So the only two decisive games of the day were games where the other person could have drawn if they wanted to, but they played for the win. Yeah, frankly, terrible. She watches the stream. She knows the rules. McJurgle subscribed.
Hey, McDurgle, and I saw Raj earlier, but you guys you were so busy I didn't.
Oh no, we even he subscribed and we thanked
Oh,
him.
I didn't hear.
Yeah,
he subscribed.
Hey,
Maybe that was actually before you were here.
I don't think so. I think I just didn't hear it.
Possible.
Spaced out.
How often is the World Cup?
Every 2 years.
Yeah, I didn't
Something
know the
like
answer to
that.
that.
Okay, now, as you all know,
That means they don't know.
the last nine FIDE-rated games Goryachkina played, she won 9-0. Solid. Okay, but she watches my stream also, and all she could think of was 999. So she didn't want to win again. So now she has white here, and she has a nice advantage. She has lots of advantages. Her rook on d1 is really good. It's going to d7. Her rook on a1 is really good. It's attacking a7. The rook on a8 is shallow and pedantic, defending the a7 pawn. And if there's a battle of the kings, white's king is getting up the board faster than black. White's king is better. So white has a lot of advantages, and I guess she watches my stream too much because she retreated when it was not the best. So the obvious move is knight d6, which is the best move. Knight g5 also gives white an advantage, but that would be hard to play because it's hard to mess up your g-pawns when you already got messed up b-pawns. So after knight d6, which was not played, this is the engine line. Takes. Don't want to lose this pawn. Rook d7. Who doesn't want to have white here? The engine says that it's a draw. White's better, but I mean, what? I'm taking white all day. Okay. And that was probably the best winning chance, but she played knight f2. Always retreat. And in this position, black played e5, which I like, because if we open up the e file, it's not clear that white's king is better than it is bad.
That's a key move. Really.
Yeah, that's a good move. Rook d7, rook e8's good. g3. Yeah, and I mean, black has a lot of counterplay here because of the weak pawns, the open line to the king here. We traded a pair of pawns. She's stopping the counterplay. White's still better, but this is more likely a draw now. And she took this, which is not the engine prefers to take this actually. And then
because you can play knight takes after.
then takes knight d6 is attacking this pawn. That's probably why she didn't do it. All right.
Right, you can't even play rook b7 there either.
Yeah. Well, this is sort of what happened. Yeah, this is knight
Yeah,
d6. Yeah. And then the end of the game made the game look really boring. The end of the game was like the most equal position, terrible. And then they drew. Yeah. So white had a big advantage, but never, black defended reasonably well. But yeah, the fact that she didn't win. And in fact, I was singing her praises yesterday, saying she'll be 2,700 at some point and maybe top 10 in the world. And then today, Anand sang her praises, saying like she's the clear favorite and killing it lately and so forth. Now, she's the one who won the tournament to qualify for the Russian super final, the first woman to do so.
Oh, yeah.
She's in the final, the Russian championship.
Wow.
And she's, and she's also 2,600 FIDE. She's the, I guess, fourth woman ever.
To be 2,600?
Yeah, there's Judith and Ifan and I guess Humpy, yeah. But yeah, she's 22 years old and she's killing it. She wins every tournament. So, well, okay, she might lose this match. She has black the next game. Terrible. She actually lost the first game against Stefanova. She made a horrible blunder, and then she won every game against Stefanova. She won the next game in the tiebreak. She won both games.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Beth Harmon, also 2,600 FIDE.
I forgot about her.
Yeah. Have I heard of the what does that say? Charles Manson Gambit? It's one of my favorite South Park episodes, with the one with Charles Manson. Yeah. Uncle Charlie, can we go to the mall? The current woman's... Oh, he's saying that Juwen Jim was 2,600. Possible. I put my life on it, but yeah. Was Donan Gap just really strong? She was all right.
I'm going to go eat something. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Don't forget surprise.
I like that. What's the name of the dish? The Indian dish that I got.
The one you got?
Yeah.
Oh, the Gobi 65?
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Yeah, you got the hot,
I have
Yeah.
to eat it.
Yeah, this isn't well known, but the last Indian place that they ate at before the helicopter crash was Gobi. So then things worked out badly. When's Karen streaming again? Whenever she wants.
Karen was 2600. That's
Yeah.
true.
Are you going to hang around or are you going to leave soon?
I don't know. I was gonna leave like pretty soon.
Because you can't go to the place. They're not, I guess you can go.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be karaoke.
Right.
I thought I'd leave, maybe in half an hour.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably be done then, but I have to keep streaming because I'm on Chess TV.
Right,
I don't
right.
have to. I can just leave. Beth Harmon is the mother of Rick and Morty co-creator Dan Harmon.
That makes sense.
Ju Wen-jun 2604. Yeah.
All right, I believe it.
Now, Ju Wen-jun tied for first in the Chicago Open about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And like around 7 or 8, she was losing to Matt Larson. And then she crushed him. God damn. Like, he was like plus whatever 3. And then, man, she destroyed him.
+3.
She destroyed him after he was plus 3.
Dang.
Okay, now this was the most interesting game of the day. So I want to show the whole game because we have to kill a lot of time. No eating in the tournament room. Okay.
He got you there.
All right. So watch this game, Spen. Did you see any of this?
No.
This game was crazy like
Well, maybe
Fox
I
News.
did, actually.
This is Vidit, Durabayl. Okay, they play Exchange Slav. A6, 95. Yeah.
I've seen this
So
before.
Anand was opining that in this position, he wasn't a big fan of what Durabayl did, but you have to remember Anand isn't being objective because he's like, go Indian guys.
Yeah.
So, all right. So he didn't like this particularly, and then he went back. He played pretty quickly, right? Did she spill everything?
No, she just dropped her fork.
Oh, yeah. And then A3, Anand was like, why do you play A3 instead of like, some move that stops this, like H3? And he was thinking that Black would just play E6 and
A5 and Bishop
and
A6.
just play normally, instead of what he did. Because here he played Knight G4.
What is the point of A3 actually?
Well, you stop Bishop B4 forever,
Okay.
and maybe you even want to play Knight here, Knight here, and stop like C5. But to be honest with you, I'm not playing. I'm not
I mean,
playing.
you could have
A3.
played Knight A4 without A3.
Right,
I'm not playing.
I'm not playing A3. I don't like that move. Yeah.
It's like an exchange Slav move. He just played it for that reason.
So look at this. So he played E5, and then Ananda's like, well, what does he do against H3? And they analyzed it, and they concluded F6 was forced. So Anand thought maybe E3 was better. He wasn't sure, but he did play H3.
Uh-huh.
And they first looked at this.
F6 is forced according
And
to the
then
engine.
and then he did play F6.
Yeah.
And then takes.
You know it's a tough position when
Yeah.
you have to play F6.
Right. So this position is just totally nuts. This
is
looks like
equal.
the game Archer versus Archer.
Oh yeah, Archer open.
Remember when Archer played himself and they got this position?
No.
Man. Would Archer want white or black here? I think he went black.
I'd like to have black as 2 bishops.
What else?
Yeah.
Yeah, this position don't make no sense. Yeah. Now, if Karen had this position, she would ask for a recount. She's like, well, what's going on here?
She'd ask to stop the count.
Yeah, she'd be like, what kind of position is
Yeah,
this?
the pawn structure makes no sense.
Yeah, that's Arthur loves that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
So Rook B8, the engine move.
Knight D1, X clown.
B4,
B4.
pretty good.
Pretty normal move.
A5, always play A5. B5, also the engine move. D4. Now Karen's happy because the position. No, now she's like, well, this is even crazier. Okay, Knight E4. Now the engine actually wants to take with the queen. Oh, that's changing its mind. It's too hard. It does like queen. It says this is equal also. Yeah. How can this, see, now, occasionally, you might not remember, because it's so occasional, I will rant. So they probably don't remember because I hardly ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the rants I say often is chess isn't boring and all the games are draws and we have to do something about it. The only thing to do about it is to not invite those players.
I
That's
agree
what you have to do
entirely
about
with
it.
this, actually.
Okay, there was a 50-player chess tournament in here, and none of the games were boring except Spencer's last round.
Right.
Because everybody hangs everything and makes illegal moves and doesn't know whose turn it is, and thinks people are walking too loud. Okay, it's not boring. Okay, at the top level, when Radjabov's playing, he tries to make the game boring, and certain other people who we won't mention. And if you don't want to make the game boring and just want to play, then it's not boring. So chess doesn't have to be boring. There can be decisive games everywhere. And if the players are like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to win. Draw. That's better.
Mustachiola says those flip-flops were driving me crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They are
What's Karen
loud.
eating? Indian food.
A Golby 65.
So one day we were all going to go out to eat, and then I found an Indian restaurant we never went to, and it's the best, Jerry, the best. They even have Coke, so Karen likes it. All right. Now, H6, double question mark. The engine says after B4, black is slightly better.
Okay.
Doesn't like H6.
B4 looks like a useful move.
Queen F4, double question mark. It says knight D6 is close to winning.
So what is it, Queen G7 after Bishop
Yeah.
B6?
Well, no, it's actually queen here check.
Interference.
See, queen takes is a move I'd be scared of, but the H pawn's pinned.
Right.
So that's actually the second best engine move, too.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so bishop D6 is forced,
Yeah.
right? Queen G7 is also good for white, but this is better.
Right.
Now you have to play King F8, otherwise it's
Totally.
getting better
Totally.
all the time. Yeah. And now, I like white too, because what's this? Are you kidding
Yeah, that
me?
didn't work out well for
That-
black.
That's no good. What's that? So H6 is a ridiculous move because, this is pinned and there's some extra options and it weakens G6. And B4 leaves the pawns here where they're protecting everything. So, okay. So H6 question mark. He didn't see or understand knight D6 as much as he should have, which is weird because it's a slow game. So takes, even here is good.
Yeah, even there was good.
Okay, so he played here, and then now the black has a good position because I think H6 Queen F4 helped him.
Yeah.
Still knight D6 is right, but he played G3. Finally B4. All right, and now black's looking good.
Oh, now he played 96. It was bad.
When it was bad, yeah, because man, that pawn was getting serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was playing in the beginning, though.
Yeah. Okay, castles is forced, I guess.
Yeah.
Rook F8's good. So here the engine says black is winning. And black actually did end up winning a piece eventually. That's actually the best move. D7's the best move. And then after take it, just playing a random legal move like E3. What? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. Rook BD1.
Hey, bowler.
Bishop A2, because he was in a hurry. Actually, the engine likes this more, which nobody would ever play. And that likes Bishop A2. That's what I
Yeah,
would
that's
play.
a normal move.
D7. Now, this is why, in this position, the engine plays D7.
Okay.
After bishop takes, you can't play Bishop A2.
Deflection.
It's trying to hey, don't look at my pawn.
Distraction.
Yeah. Okay. King G8. Good. Queen G6. These moves are all reasonable. Position's too hard to play.
Right.
Yeah. Now this move's hard to find. The engine move. Rook E6 is good. This is the first engine move. It changed
the
its
same
mind.
idea.
It
It's
changed
the
its
same
mind.
idea,
Yeah. That says
you
Queen
got to
G6.
attack the queen so he can't just promote.
Yeah.
You could take the queen, though.
Queen H5. Traded queens or no? Yeah.
Rook D8?
Yeah. Rook D6 is better
Okay.
because you defend this.
I didn't see
And then you
that.
could play Rook B8. Yeah, he played Rook D8.
I guess he wanted rook takes E2. That's what I wanted.
Right. And here's the thing.
And I don't care about this because you can queen.
Right. That's probably why he played Rook D8.
But there's bishop D5 at
You
the
take
end.
and bishop D5, and you have good drawing chances.
get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. But Rook D6 is just the same,
Stops all
except it
that.
stops that. Right.
And
So
who
this-
cares about E2?
This move is winning.
Right.
Yeah. And after this, Vidit found the only way, which was
I
to
don't know what
take.
you guys were just talking about.
Okay. So in this position, here's what's going on. It looks like white can't play Rook takes D4 because I queen. Okay. So he played Rook D8, and he's like, well, you won't play Rook takes D4 because I'll queen. However, he did play Rook takes D4, which is correct. If he had played Rook D6 instead, you can't play Rook takes D4. You defended it. So it's just the same as Rook D8, except it stops Rook takes D4, which black thought wasn't good, but he was wrong. And I'll show you why he was wrong. So he did play this. He did queen, and then we have bishop D5 at the end. And even though black is up a piece, white has 5,000 pawns. So it's close to a draw. It's not clear if it's a draw or a win. Yeah. so this may be a draw, it may be a win, but he did not win it. I'm not saying it wasn't winning, but I don't.
Oh, okay. The engine says 1.11.
Well, that's not helping.
I
me.
would glean that
That's a
it's
draw.
a
right?
draw. Yeah.
That's a lot of pawns. Now the gawking rabble in the chat, right? And I haven't looked at the chat, but I know you guys. You're like, why isn't white better? White has 3 pawns for a piece. That's probably what they're saying.
No, come on. They know it's a bishop.
No, they don't.
They know about bishop.
No, they'll take white all day. Yeah, they like 3 pawns for a piece. Yeah.
It's easy to trade pawns for white too. I mean, the G5 pawn break is going to be.
I thought black might win because it's the right color. That's all I cared about.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually.
Okay, so black didn't really get anywhere. I mean, he didn't. Nothing happened. It was like the Blair Witch Project. White just didn't do anything.
That's also a way to play. Yeah. Okay. Well, now it's no serious chance to
Right,
win.
then
now.
they agreed to a draw. But he didn't even get any winning chances at all.
Right.
He got nothing. Yeah. But one thing I want to say, you can say, well, Durabayl was winning, and then you pronounced his name wrong, then you pronounced Vidit's name wrong, and then, okay. But actually, more important than pronouncing their names is when guys are losing or have bad positions, they set a lot of problems for their opponents, like rook d4 and bishop d5. And so a lot of times 2700s who are losing don't lose, and not because their opponent didn't play well, because they made their opponent not play well. They were setting them a lot of issues. And if you're losing your game, which you are, okay, even if you're not playing, you're probably still losing. And then you lose, you're like, well, yeah, I was losing. The engine said that he was +3. We played 20 more moves. He was +5, and I resigned. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. But if a 2700 player's opponent's +3, they do everything they can to lower that number, so it's they try to fight. And sometimes when you're losing, you just sort of mentally give up. The guy's winning a piece. The guy's queening his b2 pawn. I'm white. I'm higher rated, and the guy's outplaying me. But the 2700 players don't do that. I mean, Vidit was definitely worse in his first game with Jeffrey that he won. He's probably slightly worse in the second game, but he won that too. And Shanklin's always worse, but he draws and wins every game. Shanklin hasn't lost a game.
Shanklin's pretty tough.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I don't think Svidler has too.
He is tough.
Yeah. All right. Oh, then Spencer's game. Yay, rook c8.
That was a good move.
Yeah, that was all the games I had prepared, so I have to kill another 45 minutes. But I guess if you don't,
Right,
you
I'll
could hang
probably
out
leave,
and kill the
pretty
45
soon.
minutes with us. That would be good. Yeah.
I gotta go get my drink on.
Yeah. No, I'll probably go too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this was easily the most boring round
Totally.
because there were 2 decisive games out of 12, and the 2 decisive games were repeating, and somebody's like, I don't want to repeat, and then they lost. So it could have been 12 draws.
Hey, CL Smith is up on here.
Yeah, and he's
Talk about his game against my student, even.
Everybody thinks that he's 65 to 70, and he's 85.
Yes, Bowler, I did win that game. That was a very difficult game.
The weirding of even with like H5. Is that the line that you played against Ethan?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spencer won a tournament today. Now, I'm not saying I'm right, but I don't remember. Now, Spencer's going to give me like 5 examples of why I'm wrong. I don't remember you winning more money. Now you tell me when you won more money.
Oh, yeah, I've won more money.
I know, but like tell me when so I remember. I know.
I don't know. I know I've won like over $600.
Yeah?
Even in like some Blitz tournament, I won over $400 once.
Damn.
Yeah,
Blitz
it was a
tournament.
Blitz tournament.
God damn. Yeah, Spencer got 400. So in first
Yeah.
place, rating went up, new car, and some other things I can't say, but pretty good. Yeah. Good week for Spencer.
It is a good week.
And the best thing that'll happen to Spencer today is new Rick and Morty.
That is, I'm looking forward to
Right.
that.
It's in slightly less
That's why I
than
got
4
the right
hours.
shirt on,
Yeah.
Who
The
is
most
guy
I've
with
won
the
was
big hair?
hundreds, but I don't remember the amount or the event.
Right. I know. I
Yeah.
felt like I would be able to, but I remember signing for like 626 or something once.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The most money I ever got in a tournament was insane. It was in 2011.
I know what it was. Kings versus Queens.
Kings versus
Yeah,
Queens.
yeah.
It was
I
5
remember
men
that was
against
a good
5
one.
women. Our team was Naka, me, Mark Arnold, that tall Polish guy, Jacek Stopa,
Oh, yeah.
and Kevin Cow.
Kevin Cow.
Okay, and the women were Zatonsky, Crush, Lano, Kosteniuk, and Martha Fierro. How did I do that? That was 10
Yeah, that
years
was
ago.
all of them,
That's
yeah.
pretty good. Okay, now we played 5 games of Rapid and 5 games of Rapid 960. And it was Scheveningen, so we just played the other team. So I played the 5 women. I played them twice, so we played 10 games. Everybody plays 10 games. So now it's out of 50. So there's a team prize, the men versus the women. The FIDE rating average of the 2 teams was about the same because, Kevin Cow was like 2,100 on a good day. USCF was 2,200. Anyway, I'd never played 960 before, so I wasn't sure what the rules were. And I went 5-0 in the 960. And then I got 2.5 out of 5 in the regular chess because, Hikaru got 9.5 out of 10, but he was losing like 3 or 4 of his games. Zatonsky was losing and losing and losing. Man, Zatonsky had like 0.
I remember that,
I think
yeah.
she had half out of 7, and her draw was against Hikaru.
Naka, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we won 31-19, something like that. And so I got a $5,000 appearance fee. I won $5,000 for second place. Hikaru's first, I'm second. And I got $4,000 because the team won 20 grand and we split it.
Mm-hmm.
The tournament lasted 5 days. We played 2 games a day, right? Of Rapid. Okay, this is the funny part. So I win $14,000 in 5 days. I also work at the club, and I get paid for working at the club. And I didn't work. I just did that. That was my work. So I also got my salary. So that,
Wow, that is a lot.
a job well done. Yeah.
A job well done.
Now here's the funniest part. Now Naka is always very pleasant and
Yes,
effusive,
he's a great teammate.
effusive with praise for the other. Yeah, he said he won 20,000, right? And he said, yeah, that wasn't a good amount of money. He was upset he only got 20,000, which was the most he could get. But he was like, terrible.
I hate when I get the most money I could possibly get.
Right. Now, the funniest part, Naka said the funniest thing he's ever said. His game was over, and my game was going on. And he was analyzing with Yasser. Who was he analyzing with? I want to say Donaldson. Anyway, there was 2, the St. Louis people. He's analyzing with them, and they're like, man, Feingold's killing it. So then he said 2 funny things. He said, Ben's taking my prize money because he thought maybe I would win the tournament. He'd come in second because I was winning all my games, right? And then he said, Ben's playing better than he is. Now, that's a backhanded compliment.
All right.
Says, Ben's playing great, but he's not good enough to play. What? Yay, go Karen. Is this an estimate? Oh, no,
No, that get emailed.
Oh, and see what Spencer's rating is.
All right.
Karen was 1,200 on her floor before the World Open. She played in the World Open, okay? Then she played 1 game here, and now she's over 1,300.
Finally.
So at that rate, she'll be 2,200 in
pretty
a
soon.
week or 2.
I was in the 1400s, and then I went.
She was about 1,430, 1,440. Were you 2,260 or so? What was your peak?
Damn.
Do you know?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
I thought it was like 2,260 your peak.
It was 2239.
39?
Yeah, a little low.
This year you could,
I know. I'm trying to get 2250. I think I can do it. 2250.
Yeah, see what Spencer's rating is. Yeah. Spencer has 9.5 out of his last 10. And Goryachkina is like, so?
Wait.
8.5 out of 9?
I have 8.5 out of 9.
Terrible.
But also, I have to go back another tournament.
No, but you're playing in the month long.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you probably do have. You won 1 game, you have 2 half-point buys.
And I also played another tournament. I might have won the last round. So I could have 13.5 or something.
Yeah, they only like a half.
And a half, terrible. It was a 3-move game, so.
I can play up now again.
Yeah, what's
Nice.
Spencer's?
I'm waiting on it to refresh.
Okay, and I want to see. Is this my phone?
That's mine.
Where's my phone? I don't have my phone. I should have left it at home. This is a disaster. Go to Follow Chess and see what's happening in the senior.
I don't
and the,
have that on my
Well, actually, can I do it here? I don't know if chess.com has it. Let's see. We'll get rid of this. Let's see if I got rid of it. Today, Junior Speed Chess Championship. No. It doesn't have it. All right.
That doesn't make sense.
Uh-oh. Spencer lost points?
No, I don't even see it on his. So what was that we were reading in the email?
Oh, maybe before they publish it, they send you the email before it's rated because they know.
Possibly.
That would be
That's
crazy. That's
strange.
crazy.
That can't possibly
Yeah,
be
let's see.
correct.
German championship.
I gotta look back at the email.
Okay, Shabala. Wait, this is round 9? Benjamin, yeah. And then Fishbein.
We're both drinking Perrier.
I already deleted it.
Hey, Kaidanov drew. He was worse the whole game.
Novikov?
He played the crazy Botvinnik Moran 30 years of theory.
I know he knows that.
So if Christensen wins, he ties with Shabalov. Let's see.
Is he
Christensen
gonna win?
He's playing Tarjan.
Hey, they did. I don't see it on the website.
Yeah, so they sent you your rating change before it was public.
That's crazy.
The
I mean, it
USCF
looks
knows
like
what they're doing.
White's better there, I guess.
Here?
Yeah.
Maybe
not.
No.
It's probably Rick D1, I guess.
No.
That's not too... It's a little unsightly.
Let's have a look. We can look here on the streaming. Killed some time, had some
Had
fun.
some laughs.
Now it's time for my
Killed
favorite
some
part of the
time.
show. What's that say? Talk to the audience. That's always death.
It does have it. What does that mean?
What?
2182?
Oh.
Well, why is it?
That's my pre-tournament rating.
Yeah, that's
I
not
think.
the right one.
It says it's equal. Okay, so if Black wins this game, then Christensen and Kaidanov tie for first in the senior championship. If Black does not win, Kaidanov's clear first.
But
Man,
that
talk about fizzling.
Bowler, that was pre-tournament, though.
Man,
I should be
Kaidanov had
a little
5.5
more.
out of 6.
Oh, we just had another tournament
Alright.
this weekend. Come on.
Yeah.
Look at the date.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Bowler. He was watching it, too.
I know.
He's
You
here
came
watching
up
it.
here.
Oh, he says scroll down a bit, and that. Oh, I didn't know
just-
you could scroll down.
Oh, yeah.
I
see.
didn't know you could scroll down.
Look at Frosty teaching us something. Go Frosty.
Although I still don't see it. Here it is.
But in theory, this is correct, yes. When is part 2 of Feingold v. Feingold?
What's going on here?
I don't know. The whooping I took last time was pretty tough.
I don't want the senior. I want. What do I want?
I need to spend more time in the hyperbolic
The
chamber.
junior. Yeah, this is the most important thing that's ever happened ever.
Did Annie Wang win? I don't know.
Probably.
Annie, are you okay?
All right, so if Neiman wins, he's clear first. If he draws, somebody can catch him.
Wang did win, according to Mustachiola.
That's
Annie
equal.
Wang. Not to be confused
Okay,
with Justin Wang.
so if he wins, he has more points than Hans.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a draw, Hans is either clear first or tying for first.
Depending on another game.
Depending, on and two people can catch him. Brodsky and I think it's Balakrishna. I think they're playing each other. That's actually funny. So nothing is decided.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't see the board. I literally don't care. I mean, I care a little. Not really. Let's see. What if
Yeah,
I
6x8
do-
is a good one, you know.
That doesn't help either. I
Darn.
can fix it.
I bet Philip's back on his floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
totally.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. I can't get rid of this thing because I'm in the wrong thing. All right. Accuracy 0%. All right. We'll get rid of that. There's always a lot of tournaments going on.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. We've got to get rid of everything, etc.
There
yeah.
it is. Mainly, etc.
Yeah. Go Vidit or something.
Well, I guess I'll go to the karaoke now.
Yeah.
I'll be there a little early,
Hey,
but
I'm gonna go to karaoke also.
Karpov's going to be in Florida.
Yeah.
In Florida. Karpov's going to be in New Jersey at the U.S. Open. Then he has to teach a chess camp in New York. And he probably won't come here in the interim because he didn't tell us he was coming here in the interim. Yeah. You crushed Hans in speed chess. Who crushed Hans in speed chess? Who? Nobody crushes Hans in speed chess except, the guys who do.
this one, even people don't know what you're talking about because it was modded.
Oh.
'Cause
Yeah,
it
but
has
what does that even
mediocre.
mean?
But
I don't know.
are they trying to say he is mediocre?
Yeah.
No, Hans is, his slow chess has been killing it. He tied for first in the World Open.
Yeah.
I think he tied for first in the National Open or something second.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's doing great.
But I crushed Hans in speed chess. I
Wait,
don't think I've
but
heard
you know
of
what? I beat Hans in speed chess.
Maybe.
There's no way they know that.
It wasn't that I did.
Unless
Yeah.
they're like a St. Louis person who saw me beat him.
They say that you look like me, so you're my son.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll see you guys at karaoke later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to go too.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Bye,
I'll
everyone.
see you.
Did you beat Hans a few years ago in Blitz?
I did.
He's talking to me.
Oh, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, so what?
All right, so what do I?
little kid when I beat him. Yeah.
You guys get really excited when somebody beats somebody one game. You're like, oh, Esipenko beat Magnus once. Well, so what?
Hey, I have to go in a minute too.
You don't have to.
Okay, but
You're going to go home and take care of the dogs?
no, I don't want to do the dogs.
What? But you bought the dogs. They're your dogs.
They love you. Hey, McJericho.
Well, obviously, if you don't take care of them, they're going to love me. Yeah.
You're saying I don't take care of them?
See? She just admitted it on national TV.
I feed the dogs
Now, you take care of more than I do, but I sleep more than you do.
anyone. And
What
I
if-
give them chicken strips, and so they're never gonna love anybody.
They,
more
they
than
love
they
other
me,
things you give them, too, that
ever.
aren't chicken strips. Like, there's other kinds of foods you give them.
Beef strips.
Yeah.
They're never gonna love anybody more than me. Even though I yell at them all the time, because
Yeah, Karen kicks them, and, you know,
I don't kick
she's
them.
like, you son of a...
no, I gotta show them who the lead.
The
pack dog
funniest
is.
thing is the cone that Kazoo has.
Yeah.
He just walks in this shit. He don't care. He just walks in the doors. Like he's not even bothered by it. He's just like, yeah. Like if I was a dog and I had a cone on me, I would try not to hit the cone, but he just doesn't care. He's like, I'll run my cone and everything. Terrible.
Is Archer going to get his drink on too? Which Archer?
What?
What's that mean?
Aronian 1 versus Magnus, the drawing move, and Rook and Pawn versus Rook. Yeah, that's right. Prediction? Oh, yeah, and tomorrow I have to get up at ass in the morning because I'm doing the commentary all day. So 8 a.m. Eastern to 2 p.m. Eastern with Danny, I think. And then Tuesday, Danya comes back. Guess who's back? Back again. So I'm doing commentary every day this week until I fly to New Jersey. Although I'm actually flying to Philadelphia, but I'll be in New Jersey. Terrible. Frankly, ridiculous. I like the Danya Ben combo. I like the Hess anybody combo. Hess makes his co-commentator look good. Yeah. EWR sucks. I'm that wrong part of Jersey. I'm going to Philly.
Yeah, I like you with Hess and Danya.
Now, when you lived in Philadelphia, did you ever go to where I'm going, Cherry Hill, New Jersey? You did?
I went to the mall over there.
Frankly, terrible.
I think I went to IKEA up there actually,
Oh, that sounds okay.
and maybe the mall, but that was the only reason to go there.
Fabiano lost a game today. No, that
Oh,
was
I went to a party there.
4 days ago.
I did go there.
Who am I rooting for? Go America, Sam Shankland. I'm not really rooting for anybody, you know. Fedoseev seems pretty good. Durabayl, Jeffrey. Go Jeffrey Jean. Yeah. Yeah, in fact, there's a Sunny in Philadelphia mark where he's not in it, but they talk about him a lot. There's a movie he's making, but he's not there because, you know, all lies. And so forth. Yeah. And so on. Or I'll probably end early because I got nothing going on. And, you know, I'll raid somebody that Karen tells me to raid.
Well, what about the chess TV?
Yeah, they'll get Chess TV. Wow.
Oh, do they get to take it over?
Probably.
I think you have to let them know, maybe.
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
I literally don't care. Who should I raid?
I would let them know, though.
I don't want to raid any of these people. Terrible.
Well, let me look.
Boo, boo.
Yeah, I would let them know. Okay, let me look.
Karen's always mad. Even if she beats me, she's mad.
Wait, where are they saying I'm
They said,
mad?
if I beat you at chess, are you mad?
I mean, I don't like losing chess games. I'm expect to beat win. Let's see.
I'm not raiding somebody who's not doing chess. Raid myself? What if I tell it to raid me? I wonder what'll happen. The universe will be destroyed?
Oh, no. It's kind of slim pickings.
All right.
I guess I would say
I'd say this person.
4.
Oh, them?
Yeah,
I was going to say them. But all right.
I love number 4.
You do? All right. You got to do what you got to do. Did I spell it right?
Yes.
All right. So tomorrow I'll be on 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the chess.com Twitch doing commentary with Danny Wrench. Probably. Sometimes Danny takes the day off and they put Hess in because Hess is a lot better. All right. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.